Hi Leo, welcome. So Leo, this is going to be your tarot reading. We're going to go ahead and get straight into it. Leo, when I was meditating on the collective energy, wow, I was feeling kind of like a mix of emotion there. I kept getting the James Bay song, Let It Go, which I've gotten in readings before. Usually when I get it in readings, it's signifying, obviously, that there's something on an emotional level that, you know, you need to let go of, or maybe somebody you're connecting with does. But that song may also be significant to some of you. Take it or leave it. But yeah, I was just getting like this very contemplative type of vibe going on in the Leo energy, and kind of a serious undertone to it, you know, which Leo, I love Leo energy. Y'all be some of the funnest, you know, people out there. But you are a fixed sign, so there is this seriousness to a Leo as well. And I feel that more serious part of you coming through, Leo. So let's get some cards out and see where this is headed and go from there. So Leo, let's get an overall energy card, or several. Wanted one, but I got three. All right, so you have the first house of self, Venus, and the sixth house, Aries, Virgo energy here. For some of you, you could be dealing with that or have that in your chart. Or it could just be the influencing vibes. So this is talking about, it's highlighting your physical body, your self-image, how you look at self, particularly when it comes to love, particularly when it comes to romance. Like, how do you view others see you as well in love? And I could tell you how others view you has a lot to do with how you view self. Like, if you're a very self-confident person and you see yourself in that light, you tend to attract partners that also see that in you, right? So something to keep in mind. This is also talking about the details, paying attention to the details, your craft. What are you good at? Maybe some things that you want to add to your repertoire, Leo, as far as like skills and maybe new things that you want to learn. So there's like this self-love vibe, but also this reflective vibe in relationships going on. And yet at the same time, this paying attention to details vibe. So there seems to be a few different things going on in the Leo energy. And didn't I say I felt like a little bit of like mixed emotion? And that could be why. There could be a couple important things being highlighted as we go into your season, Leo season. So then we have the Magician here. So this is just a reminder that you can make it happen. Like, you know, you have the ability to multitask, Leo, and you have the ability to get everything that you want plus more, and to manifest things that, you know, to work in your favor. Like, sometimes it can be hard from our perspective to look at a situation and fathom how we could possibly, you know, get all of the things we want, and how would that come together? Because sometimes the things that we want aren't always congruent with, you know, other people's wants, or maybe even not even compatible with competing desires. You know what I mean? So like, for instance, you could like super love your house, but you've always wanted to live at the ocean. And it's like, well, how can I get what I want, which is to live at the ocean, but I also want to keep my comfort here? And from our human vantage point, it could be impossible how those two things could come together in a pleasing way. But from Spirit's perspective, right, from the universe's perspective, there is no impossibilities. And so if you chill out, the universe usually can design things to work out better than you thought. Maybe you end up finding a home that is better, that is on the ocean, that makes you more comfortable than where you're at. Or, you know, maybe you stay where you're comfortable, but then you have expenses to be able to go to the beach when you want. You know what I mean? So like, there's always a way to get all of what you want, and the universe conspires to make that happen for you. And the only reason it doesn't happen to you is if you are the holdout, meaning you have an enormous amount of disbelief that it could happen, or you have contradictory thoughts that are getting in the way. So this is like an encouragement to you, Leo, to stay out of your own way by just staying in the trust that if you've asked, it is given, and it will come together in time that makes sense to you. And when you arrive there, you'll look back on this moment and you'll say, wow, I would have never thought that would have came together how it did, but look at us now. So that's kind of like the encouragement here, Leo. But wow, what a crazy start to the reading, right? So let's go a little bit further here. Leo, we're going to go into the headspace now and see what we might have going on there, what you need to know about in the current energy for my Leos. You have the Wheel. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Two of Wands. And the Star card. So Leo, it could feel like initially things are maybe not working in your favor, or you know, that you're having to let go of something, a dream that you have, or something that you wanted, or someone, you know, and oh, there's that song, Let It Go. Okay, so that's what I'm getting, is that's an illusion, right? Like, because you're never losing or letting go of anything. We are energy, we are eternal, we are forever evolving. It's a play on the mind. However, it can feel very real, you know, from our human vantage point. Like, wow, I feel like I'm not on the winning end of this, or I'm having to let go of something here, and it's feeling like maybe I'm being pulled backwards, Leo. But you've got the Star here, which means that the truth is that this is actually, you know, working in your favor. So whatever it feels like you've got to let go of or relinquish, okay, see it as a positive, because it is only carving out a new path to a greater desire that you have, that the universe wants to uphold. So it seems confusing, Leo, at the moment, I feel, but if you give it time, I feel like this is going to make perfect sense to you. Some of you might want to come back to this reading definitely next month, but I'm hearing next year. Like, I don't know if you could mark this or bookmark it and come back to it next year and see what occurred, but there's something happening in a year's time that's beginning now, that if you look back on in a year, you'll see the wish fulfillment in it. Okay, if that makes sense. And here's that contemplative energy too. Like, some of y'all are really thinking about like your future and what does the future hold, and maybe some uncertainty around that. Maybe feeling like you thought you were headed in one direction and now you're in another direction, and yet the universe has your back, right? So again, there's that message about like, just give it a moment, give it time, because there's wish fulfillment here, and it's right behind you. Because I'm also hearing what's next, right? Some of y'all might be asking yourself that, like, what's next? What's next to come? Contemplating that. Let's see what's going on in the emotional space then, Leo. The Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the World card, and the Devil. Woo! Yikes. All right, so Leo, on an emotional level, there seems to be definitely some sort of internal battle going on, you know, feeling pulled in two different directions, maybe feeling exhausted. Sometimes the Ten of Swords can talk about just like feelings of betrayal. There might be endings that you're still processing. But then I'm hearing things are coming full circle here. So do not let your shadow get the best of you. Some of y'all are focused in the wrong direction, meaning like you're focused on the having to relinquish or let go of something, or like the sadness of something or the anger of something. And instead of turning the other cheek and seeing that with this comes change, and with change comes new pathways, and with new pathways comes revitalized life and wish fulfillment. And so, but they're wanting you to turn the cheek, Leo, and see it that way. Because I do feel like some of you is really doing a number on your emotional space. You know, you might feel like you're stuck in this perpetual cycle of getting your damn feelings hurt and like feeling fed up. Some of y'all might be having these moments where you're just like fed up, you know, or reaching that boiling point. Be careful, you're a fire sign, Leo. Y'all could be very scary when you reach that boiling point, you know what I mean? And it's like, if you continue to fixate in that way, you will definitely create conflict and a boiling point type of moment. And so there's a lot of caution around that, Leo, because I do feel a lot of you, no matter how good things are going in other areas of your life, if something's really got a hold of you or it has upset you, I feel like you just ruminating on that. I don't know what that was, like stirring the pot. I don't know. Fixating, obsessing. You're a fixed sign, so pretty normal for a Leo to do that. It's normal for all the fixed signs, right? But it's uncomfortable, okay? So it could feel very uncomfortable, and that's because you're being encouraged to relinquish this as opposed to kill it or beat it to death, you know, in your mind and your heart. What is the spiritual guidance here for my Leos? Let's see. What else? Come on, let it go. Four of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, there's this hesitancy here, right, to relinquish something. But I do feel, you know, Leo, you being able to grab a hold of yourself, regain your composure. You know, some of you are putting your walls up emotionally, maybe. And maybe even isolating yourself a little bit and focusing on you. Okay, I'm hearing Usher, Confessions. Here are my confessions. If you know that song, put it in the comments below. Anyways, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, it's almost like, Leo, you making this decision, right, to, as opposed to implode or explode, to remove yourself from the situation, or at least that's what the guidance is to pull back from the situation and give yourself some breathing space, okay, to disconnect even a little bit. It may leave someone else or other people feeling like, you know, left out, or, you know, like, where is the Leo? But I feel like, you know, you got to prioritize yourself sometimes, and that's all right. Or it could just be a sense of like you wanting that alone time, wanting that isolation, or needing that space in order to regain your focus onto what's important to you. And again, one of the things that they're highlighting here, Leo, that is something that would help you to focus on would be the 6th house of your craft, your skills. What are you good at? Things of that nature. Also, the encouragement was to love self, to how do you look at yourself? How do you see yourself? Because that's what you exude to others, is how you feel predominantly about self. And, you know, kind of pull away from this fixation here before it reaches that boiling point, okay? It takes some time too for your restoration, for your healing, Leo. And that's that song coming through. This is my confession. There might be a confession, okay, during this time frame. Whether that's coming from you or someone you're connecting to. When you know that it's over. Is it let it burn or confession? I don't know. One of you will know. Let's see what the guidance is, Leo. The Animal Kingdom. So this card encourages you to spend more time in nature and with the animals. If I have any animal lovers here, animals are a great reminder of unconditional love, especially dogs. But could be any animal. You might also be getting random messages from animals. For instance, one animal in particular has been following the Leo energy, and that is the fox. When I did the live reading on Sunday, I had a fox run through my yard while I was on the sign of Leo. And earlier that week, or maybe the week before, I had 3 foxes show up on my patio. So there's something about Leo energy and fox energy. So maybe look that spiritual meaning up, Leo, of what a fox is, okay, or what it means. And the law of attraction has to say, what? My relationships will change when my vibration changes. It says, you're living in the time when fewer people will attempt the impossible task of pushing the unwanted far enough away that they will be left with only that which is wanted. It is the time when more people will come to the realization that what they've been seeking is not a change in behavior of others or in the world outside of them over which they have no control, but instead an understanding of their own vibrational relationship with Source, over which they have complete control. So this is interesting. This is saying, listen, Leo, the relationship with another or others will change, but it won't be by force. It won't be by you fixating on it. Others will change when you make the vibrational change. So, you know, if you're dealing with a situation, right, where you're not liking the behavior of another, most people's go-to is to tell that person what they don't like and then wait to see if they'll change it. But that's not really truly how behavior changes. And you really don't have any control over whether that person is able to change or wants to or can stick with it. But what you do have control over is your emotions and how you change. And so sometimes just by simply changing our expectation of that person or focusing on the positive aspects rather than the negative aspects can create enough change in our own personal vibration that the person we're interacting with also must change their response to us to accommodate via law of attraction. So it's almost like the way to strengthen all of the relationships in your life isn't by telling everyone what you want, what you don't want, and making sure they follow it. It's more so by becoming a more loving and understanding person in the way you perceive others, but also the way you perceive self. That'll net you the best results every time, I promise. So, Leo, zodiac signs you could be dealing with. I have Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, and Virgo. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Those could be in your chart or the chart of the person or people you are dealing with. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos over there as well. Tarot Time with Dana. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends. Namaste.